and welcome back to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 2, a day later than I intended, but you know, sometimes you get distracted because you're lazy. Last time, we made it to the underground city and met up with Roland and the Lokapala. Unfortunately, they do not seem very taken with us, although I suppose that's understandable given the circumstances. What is concerning is that they have Cielo, and I'm expecting they're gonna want to do some negotiations before they let him go. Yeah, this guy probably does not really trust us due to the, whole demon eating people, cannibalism thing. There are a couple things to do in the underground city, but we can't really do them until we meet up with Roland and discuss his terms, so let's just get some flavor text here. Yeah, I guess I understand that. Sounds like the Karma Society is not really focusing so much on the well-being of the common man. I thought you'd be impressed by that. Oh well. Now, Roland is over in that doorway, as you can see. Let's just talk to Adil here. Did you tell from my sick tattoo? Hey, Fred. Fred does not seem to have a high opinion of the Lokapala's battle plans. And what's this guy gotta say? Hey, looks can be deceiving. Yeah, I'll get to him. Alright, Roland, what do you got for us? Alright, let's talk.
I hope Fred wasn't much trouble. I became his guardian after his father died.
Where is Cielo?
Well, we thought the society sent him. Your friends nearby.
What is this?
You know, you don't seem artificial.
What do you mean?
Take a look.
The junkyard?
Actually, it's called Asura Project, Stage 1. It's a VR designed for urban warfare.
Huh? What's that mean?
You guys, and that world you were in, are programs the cyber shaman created for the society.
Dude, you seriously need to lay off the booze.
The Asura Project. It was designed to develop combat enhancement AI, to be implanted in live soldiers. You were going to be programmed into microchips. Stage 1 is a coliseum for selecting the most effective AI. It's a purgatory born of wisdom that man stole from God.
The war will escalate. God has cursed us all.
God?
Yes, God. 30 years ago, at the end of the 20th century, crises erupted worldwide. Mutated pathogens, abnormal weather patterns, collapsed ecosystems, and the QVA syndrome. Historically, a genius always emerges in troubled times. 10 years ago, one such individual found the source of these problems. Jenna Angel. She was part of the International Environmental Stabilization Committee.
It's her!
But your hopes and beliefs are utterly worthless.
She stated the disasters were caused by data from the sun, hidden discreetly within its rays. The sun, a gigantic body of accumulated data. She said he was there from the beginning, influencing Earth and its development. That places him on God's level.
And what does this god have to do with us?
Man is God's accursed son. We use our knowledge to find new ways of killing. The society was formed to survive our tribulation, but the army corrupted it, and you were created. However, knowledge alone cannot create a perfect AI.
The cyber shaman? You said she created us.
A medium between God and man. She is the only one with the ability to extract data from God, the society's very foundation.
Sarah works for the Society? We risked our lives for her. You're saying none of that mattered?
You can't fight your programming.
Sarah cared about us.
An artist can feel love for her masterpiece sometimes.
Shut up!
Calm yourself. Tell me, how did you learn of all this?
We have a mole in the society.
How can you verify the information's authenticity?
This disk of composite data, we received it just before you arrived. A complex electromagnetic wave pattern. Our test subject became a demon like you. And then, of course, there's your existence. God, shaman. We have to believe. Here's a question. Do you know what happened in the Karma Society 5 years ago? Would you like to? Colonel Terrence E. Beck. He claimed that you had all died, according to Cielo.
That is not his face.
Back then, he oversaw the Asura Project. He died when God went mad. A man who died in this world claims an AI killed him. Doesn't make sense. You and Varen are supposed to be programs. Something happened that day. Only the cyber shaman knows the truth, linking you to the society.
Get to the point. What is it you want?
Bring us the cyber shaman. It's her fault that there are orphans like Fred. But without the shaman's power, we have no hope.
And in exchange,
We'll give you the infiltration route and all necessary supplies.
while Cielo remains captive, unacceptable.
What?
You mentioned a test subject who became like us. We need manpower.
You're saying you want us to become monsters?
A slip of the tongue. I did not ask you to accompany us, unless the test subject cannot. You killed him.
Is that true? Roland?
He could have lost control. We had to.
This is nothing but coercion. You have no honor.
How dare you slander us?
It may be true that we become frightful monsters. However, the people of the junkyard fought for their very survival. I will not accept that it was all just an illusion. You're the people of Nirvana. Lupa died in vain. I see. You needn't say anything. We will agree to your terms. Not to help you, but for Sarah's sake, and for Fred.
Gail!
Take care of Cielo.
Alright, well those were some serious bombshells we got there. You might have been able to ascertain this, but yes, the junkyard was in fact a simulation. Our characters are nothing more than programs. However, they are programs through some way or another, are actually the reincarnated forms of people who died in some undisclosed incident many years ago. Now, Gale is a little disgusted with Roland and the rest of the Lokapala for using somebody as a test subject and then unceremoniously killing him, but he is also still the logical type, and he realizes we're kind of deadlocked without their help, so we will agree to their terms and help them out, but we are doing so to rescue Sarah and secure Cielo's freedom. Then again, I can't believe that these guys have Cielo completely subdued. Cielo is pretty powerful himself. So I'm wondering if he's along with them willingly. Now, Adel Hiller has just been telling us some stuff. That gives us a couple supplies here, including a frigid shot. That is another piece of ammunition, which we'll equip that on Surf. And the big thing we got from that is the hacking disk, and that is the item that will allow us to download mantras, finally. Just gonna do some skill shuffling here, or rather setting. We want Surf to be having Devour, and we'll throw in just Mana on him just for the sake of it. We want to take human form off of Argilla. This is very unlikely I'll be using that skill for the rest of the game, save for maybe one situation, which I'll think about when I get there. Okay. We could also use some supplies. The stuff that Adel gave us, it's not enough. Maybe there's a store we can go to. Why exactly do you think that? Weakness exploitation is actually a much bigger deal in this game, as the damage that is gotten from both weakness exploitation and critical hits has been increased tremendously. Yeah, if Heat were here, I think this the negotiations would have gone fairly astray. I think Cielo's safe enough. Especially after we just called them out like that. I don't think they're gonna do anything to shake our trust. They definitely don't want it to come to a conflict with us. Oh man. As you can see, the situation is rather dour, and the citizenry are not particularly happy. 2025. That would mean that the really bad incident happened in 2020. How apropos. That is such a sad thing to hope for. Oh, what do you got in there? Anti-demon ammo? Oh, cool. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, buddy. Now, unlike the previous game, ammunition, you do not find it very commonly, so it's likely that I will be buying ammunition more frequently in this game. Oh, we already talked to this kid. This is the girl who answered the secret knock. Oh, Timmy, huh? So he must be captured and held at one of the Karma Society's facilities. Alright. Now, let's get some mantras. Definitely want some new ones to work on before we get into the next dungeon. Okay. Now, the mantra system has been retooled pretty heavily in this game, and there's a bit of an extensive tutorial on it, but we don't want to deal with that. I'll do the main takeaways here. As you can see, it's more of a hexagonal grid this time, and the pathing is not linear anymore. You can access certain mantras, not just from the previous level of it, but also from surrounding mantras. After a point, the branches do specialize and it becomes linear, but in the early game, you do not need to master like a specific elemental mantra to get to the next tier of it. You can get to it by the adjacent mantra. Also, you may notice that these little question mark orbs here, if we master all the mantras surrounding these orbs, and it does not have to be with a single character, we unlock new bonuses. These can either be new mantras that teach us unique skills, or permanent stat bonuses to our entire party. Very useful. Now, for right now, much like the previous game, what I want Gale and Argilla to work on is Devour. Looks like we don't have any money, though. We're gonna have to correct that. Well, what can we do? Looks like we've got some sort of market here. We got anything we can sell, maybe? Let's check it out. This is Mad Mart. It is the dedicated storefront of the game. Let's just talk to the lady here. Now, she'll look us over and say, we can't have anything if we don't have money, and I doubt our strictly digital maca is no good here. I'm guessing they don't take cryptocurrency. She takes our tag ring. Well, doesn't serve any purpose in the real world, so may as well let her take it. And we get 20,000 money, or $20,000, I suppose. Man, inflation, am I right? But this is actually the result of a imported file bonus. If you import a file that has over 1 million maca, the amount of money you get here is doubled. You normally only get 10,000 money if you just did a standard new game without importing anything. Well, that's what Roland was telling us about. Stage 1 of the Asura project. Okay, so use Kathy. I was just trying to be friendly. Now, I don't want to buy too much here, but what I do want to buy is a bunch of dis eggs, because we are going to be doing a lot of hunting, and we do not have Iron Stomach. Now, we have a point system for the Mad Mart, compared to the system of selling cells in the previous game to get special bonuses. But once we accumulate enough points, our rank will increase and the number of items that she sells will expand. An additional function of this is that the amount we can sell items for will increase, while the cost of items that we buy will also decrease. It's very nice. And as she says, we get points by spending and selling, and you get an equal amount of points from selling that you do compared to buying. You get 1 point for every 100 money spent or gained from selling. Very nice. Now, we've got a lot of ailment cures here, but we don't need any of them until the dungeon after the upcoming one, so I'm not going to really waste any money on these right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to see if there's anything I can liquidate for our benefit. Let's see. We're honestly not going to need these medical kits, so I'm just going to sell 2 of these and keep 1. I'm also going to sell this Soma drop, because we'll get a decent number of these throughout the game, so I'm not too worried about hanging on to that one. And through selling that stuff, we get over 100 points. Now, she has set out a new piece of inventory. A mystery box. Well, that's just something we'll have to keep in mind. But yes, the Crimson Box. This may contain an attack item. We're not going to buy any of these right now, but we will do that in the near future, after a certain function of the game is unlocked and we can get something really good from that. Now, let's buy some new mantras. Now, like I said, Argilla and Gale, we want them working on Devour since they do not already have that, and it'll allow them to master those skills a lot more quickly. Hunting is very important in this game, arguably more than it was in Digital Devil Saga 1, as this game moves at a very quick pace. So, we may not have the skills at the time I want them, and I'll just be blunt with you right now, there are going to be a couple of instances where I'm just going to stop to do some training. One of which will be coming up at the end of this video. Alright, now I want Surf to work on protection to start, so as it can get us to Fallen Hero, which teaches Media. Compared to Fallen Hero in the previous game that cost 10,000 maca, it's much more reasonably priced in this game and only costs 3,000, so we can get to that a lot quicker. Additionally, I'm going to want everyone to master the mantras that cost just 1,000 Maka. That'll be very handy in allowing me to get to the skills I want to on every character. Other than that, the other big thing you want to work on before the end of this dungeon is Earth Magic, so it'd be a good idea to have everybody have Earth Magic. But this is what we're going to be working on for now. Probably will not master these within the video, but we will master them soon enough. Alright, and one last thing. I'm just going to reorganize my party slightly. I want to put Gale at the front, Surf in the middle, and Argilla in the end. Since Surf can already hunt, I'm putting him in the middle so he gets the opportunity to hunt twice per battle, should the opportunity present itself. And that's just a little thing about how order of operations matters a ton in this game. Always make sure that if you have a specific goal in mind for a character, have them positioned the way that is the best for them to manage that. No, these are pretty cool outfits. But yes, if you talk to that guy, instead of letting you go by, he'd advise that you sell your ring. And I suppose that's a little bit of missed dialogue there, but oh well. Okay, what do we got here? Ah, come on, why you gotta be so cynical? If, man, the distrust. Argilla seems a little understanding. Gale, you still stoic about this? Yeah, he's pretty unshakable. But I suppose that makes him a good tactician. But here is our first real dungeon of the game, the underwater cable. As soon as the text comes, there we go. Spoiler, I spoiled it 5 seconds before we got the name. Alright, let's talk to everybody here. New Portland area of Karma City, huh? Based on the dollar sign, I take it that this is somewhere in America, also given the English names of everybody. Although it's not too specific. Though very unusual for a Megaten game to take place outside of Japan, though. Which tribe is that? I know that feel, my friend. Don't worry. Man, so prejudiced. Don't worry, man. We'll help you out. And just one more guy to talk to over here. It's a good idea to talk to people, because sometimes they'll give you items. I'll make notes of the really important times that is the case. Yeah, Roland did mention having a sample of the demon virus, specifically an electromagnetic data file that could be used to actually convert somebody. It's pretty interesting. Alright, so we're in the underwater cable now. Don't have to worry about any encounters, so let's just head here for this treasure. This is a Dispoison X3, very nice. Also why I didn't really bother with buying any ailment cures. Any that we could possibly need are just available to us right here in the dungeon. I doubt I'll even end up using those Dispoisons, but who knows. And at this one, get some Discurses, very nice. Definitely want some of those later. One aspect of Curse I don't think I ever got a chance to mention in the previous game is that if you're inflicted with Curse, it increases the odds of instant death spells killing you, which is pretty nasty. And that comes up a lot more often in this game. There are a lot of enemies that like to try and curse you and then hit you with Mamudon. Alright, some revival beads, very nice. We'll need plenty of those, I'm sure. Alright, taking this ladder over here. Okay, so, hey, what's this guy? He's got a wrench. Is this some kind of engineer? Ah, so the switch must have been broken and he repaired it. How nice of him. Let's flip this over. And with that done, this big shutter is open, and we can continue on through the underwater cable. Alright. Okay. So look for the little brother of the repairman. Sounds good. Now we enter onto this highway out here. As you can see, there's a treasure right behind us. Still nothing too interesting going on right now.
She refuses to obey us after losing her friends.
Has it already been 5 years? She used to be so small.
Inside, she's still just a 7-year-old. We'll proceed according to guideline and initiate the lobotomy procedure.
Jenna, have you lost your heart? She was born of your own sperm and egg. She's your daughter. Do you hate her? Or are you jealous?
Please, I'm not that narrow-minded. This body is the least of my concern.
We begin to worry as we grow old. Like me. I'm concerned because you've been acting as if you hate everything.
Madame Margot, I admit that I have changed. However, I haven't forsaken humanity yet.
Good to hear. The surgery will not be necessary.
Are you planning to delay the Nirvana project?
Ma'am, there you are. I regret to inform you that some of our information was leaked.
How did this happen? How much information was compromised?
We're investigating now. An old fiber optic cable was still operational. I've sent troops to check it out. We're trying our best to determine suspects.
What a headache.
What is her plan? And why would the operation be unnecessary?
Some intrigue there. Looks like there might be a bit of internal strife brewing at the Karma Society. That is our introduction to Madame Margot, the, Madame of the Karma Society, basically their head honcho. Her full name is Margot Cuvier, and Cuvier syndrome, the disease that turns people into stone, is named after her. Also got to see Angel there, and yes, her full name is in fact Jenna Angel. Angel is not an alias. Wonder what that whole thing was, though, of, Sarah being born of her sperm and egg. But yes, she is also Sarah's mother, more or less. There's also some other strange things, such as Sarah being 7 years old, apparently. She doesn't look like it. Looks like they're already mobilizing. Perhaps it's just a coincidence. Well, whatever the case. Looks like we're going to be running some trouble. Yeah, it looks like this is just unfortunate timing. But we've got some ghouls here. What? He-ho ring, huh? Well, fortunately, I have options besides ice, but yes, these ghouls are weak to ice. However, that one on the right is wearing a he-ho ring, which protects him from ice attacks, so we'll just nail him with a body rush. And we'll have this guy taken out with some ice. There we go. And Argilla can just slap this guy down. Actually, you know what? Let's go for the good old... nom, nom, nom. There we go. First stomach ache of the game. Good thing I got those dis aches, huh? Yeah, so much for getting some bonus Atma there. We actually get several rings. The He-Ho ring he mentioned, the Power ring, which is what he would be wearing if you did not import your data, and the Berserker ring. This final ring, the Berserker ring, is actually a New Game Plus bonus. It's one of the few things that you get in New Game Plus if you play on hard mode. Now, if you were playing an unimported file and a non-New Game Plus file, the only ring you'd get here is the power ring. Alright, sounds easy enough here. Now, let's set these new rings. There aren't any enemies that use ice here, or at least not too many, but may as well throw the He-Ho ring on, as it gives an extra point of vitality. We'll want to give the power ring to Surf, so that his hunt skills are more effective while he's still hunting. And let's throw the Berserker ring onto Argilla. All normal battles will be in a Berserk state? It doesn't give any stat bonuses either. Well, let's just throw it on anyway, see what it does. Okay, and we'll want to get rid of that stomach ache. Let's talk it out with Argilla and Gale here. Yeah, looks like double-crossed. I doubt it was their mole, but perhaps the Lokapala themselves have their own mole. On the other hand, well, probably best that we go back and report the repairman. Report to the repairman. Good idea to spread the information along. Yo, buddy, we got some news for you. Yeah, best to look out for them. But now that we've informed them, they're going to set up a defense perimeter. We better function as a vanguard, though. Alright, we'll take out as many guys as we can and make sure his brother stays safe. But now, I believe, yep, they got some guards posted here. No, how could we even? Jeez. This guy's not going to complain about our method of dealing with things as long as it protects him. I can respect that, I suppose. Okay. Don't worry, we can show him what for. Hey, come on, chill out, man. I guess he's just concerned about his own allies' lives. Okay, let's head on this ladder and continue through the dungeon. At this point, we can now start getting into random encounters, so let's be on the lookout. Alrighty, so here we've got our first small karma terminal of the dungeon, but we want to go to the north first, because we've got a node here. And let's open this up. And we get a clover, replacing cells from the previous game and allowing me to much more easily fit these into my usual grammar. We have plants. Plants are very rare in this world, kind of the sun being, blacked out and turning people into stone and all. And they are what we sell for lots of money in this game, so we want to be on the lookout for as many of these as possible. Many enemies can also drop them, similarly to cells from the previous game. Alright, got a random encounter here, and what the heck? We're like in a half-transformed state. And this is Berserk mode. When the solar noise is strong, you can potentially be Berserk. What this means is that at waxing 7th, full solar noise, or waning 7th, you can potentially have a battle in Berserk state. However, this is a result of us equipping the Berserk ring, which always puts you in the Berserk state. What Berserk does is it prevents you from using magic, though you can still use physical skills, and you can still use items, and it gives you an insanely high critical hit rate. The trade-off is that your attacks are much less accurate. It also nullifies any standard physical resistance to enemies in case they nullify or reflect physical attacks or anything. But yes, the trade-offs is our accuracy is low and our defense is weak. Now, a lot of guides will tell you that critical hits are guaranteed in Berserk mode, but this is not the case. It is possible for hits to not crit, but it is very likely that they will. Now, when you're in Berserk mode, you always go first, and you have a 100% chance of retreating, so that's pretty nice. If you miss and you're concerned about whether or not you can survive the fight, you can just run away. But if we win, we get double karma, so you can level up a lot faster if you do Berserk battles. Alright, here's our first Berserk crit, first of many, I'm sure. Unfortunately, Surf whiffs, but we'll just have Argilla go for it, and she hits. But yeah, you should always launch a single attack just to see if it hits instead of retreating if you're unsure, because we start with 3 turns, so we don't have to worry too much if we miss. Alright, let's pump up Surf's magic here. Alrighty. Now, I actually do not want to have Argilla get us into berserk battles constantly, so we can just remove her ring. We'd become pretty over-leveled if that happened all the time. But with that taken care of, ooh, we got a new enemy here? We got Pabblesigs, not really a new enemy. I'm wondering if I want to actually try and hunt these guys. We don't really have the damage to, or we don't really have the options for dealing good damage to them. But I'll try my best here. Let's see. Alright, we'll Terra this one and see if it fears him. Do not fear him. Let's do a Mad Rush. Alright, this guy should be in eating range. Yes, there we go. Pebblesags give very good AP, so I wanted to try and hunt at least one of them. There we go, already more than halfway there. Yeah, the amount of AP you get compared to just killing the enemies when you hunt them, very good. Alright, but we're gonna save here. Now, I'm actually going to stop and do some skill grinding at this point. Like I said, I want to get every single 1000 Maka Mantra mastered on Surf, Gale, and Argilla, just so they can easily get into whatever skills I want them to when I need them to. And when we get more characters, I'll do the same for them. And from this point on, I won't do any, like, concentrated, I want to learn everything skill grinding. I'll just make sure I get my characters built towards the skills that I really want them to have. But we'll save here, and this will be where I'll call the video. Made some pretty good progress here. When we come back, we will likely do all of the underwater cables, since I'll be more than prepared to take on everything in it once I finish my training. So, until then, I hope you have a good day, and I hope to see you next time. But, goodbye for now.